Hello my friends, and as always, thanks so much for watching my video. Today I want to make a little review on the Jana Deluxe binoculars. Now these are not to be confused with the Jena, Jena. Those are associated with the Carl Zeiss brand, and those still tend to be rather expensive, for being older binoculars. They can still be close to 100 to very well over $100 for those brands. But this is from what I've heard on the forum, these were not necessarily considered super high end, but they were considered very nice binoculars, and I can definitely attest to that. Now, if you stumble onto these binoculars on eBay or some other site, I always advocate that you must go and check out optics before you buy them. This one, for example, cost me a whole $10, and I was in Arizona on OfferUp. But the seller was saying that they were in very good condition and completely workable, this and that. Let me tell you, they were not. The glass, both these lenses and the front lenses, were extremely dirty. Very dirty. You could barely see out of them, they were so bad. And also, the alignment was completely off, so it was very much not, or uncollimated, as they say. And so, but I went ahead and bought them for $10 whole because I said, you know what, I'm gonna play with these. These are independent focusers, okay? These are independent focusers, no center focus, and they are a 10 by 50, which is a really wonderful general purpose binoculars for stargazing, bird watching, shooting, just general, purpose binoculars. It's a really good size. They are a little bit heavy though. Okay, we're gonna take a little better look at them later, but let's go ahead and take a look at these numbers here in case you need to understand what that means. So at 1,000 yards, a lot of binoculars have this scale, or sometimes you'll see like 77.1 degrees, 6.5, 10 degrees, 11 degrees, what this basically means, at 250, 1,000 yards, the distance you'll see is 285 feet. What distance is that? The distance between left and right, and of course vertical. Okay, so what you see in the image at 1,000 yards is 285 feet apart. Now other binoculars, for example, some of my 7.7 by 35s, some of them say 550 feet. That's definitely going to be considered a wide angle lens. Some of you are very look out for that kind of stuff. Most people, I don't think, even know what that is unless you get into a specific hobby. But obviously, the more magnification you have, the less a wide angle, the less distance there'll be in the picture. But that again, that's at 1,000 yards. Okay, so they're just using it as a scale. Obviously, we're going to be looking at the mountains up there. Those are definitely farther than 1,000 yards. And we're going to look through the glass here. Now, first of all, if you wear glasses, are these particular binoculars glasses friendly? And the answer is yes, very much so. You can still pick them up real fast, look through the binoculars, and see a very nice large image. I have about 11 binoculars, several telescopes, several spotting scopes, nice ones, cheapy ones, and I can definitely tell you that not all binoculars are made the same. These, for example, I found that these deep cup binoculars, these older ones, I've got several of these, very comfortable for binoculars, very comfortable. Some other ones that I have that are not very deep, like this one here, my 20 by 50s, zero, absolute zero for binoculars. So these turn out to be very nice binoculars. And so again, if you stumble onto them and you are interested in these binoculars, I do recommend that you go and check them out. I don't want people to think that you should go buy them online, plain and simple. Oh, I saw these, online, and I heard they were pretty good binoculars. So I would not recommend that you do that. Because like I said, when I went to go check these out, I was like, yikes, dude. They were in absolutely horrible condition. I opened them all up, cleaned everything out, And these, of course, are using the eccentric ring system, not the prism manipulation system. And so the eccentric ring system is extremely difficult. Took me a few months to figure out how to fix them, but I actually did fix these, and they are really wonderful. So hopefully you'll be able to see a decent image of here. Now I'm using my iPhone 6 that I purchased just the beginning of 2024 for $60. The video quality and the picture quality is much nicer than my cheapy little LG phone, and so I'm glad I bought this thing. And sometimes I use my Sony CX-4 but I can't use this when I'm putting something onto the eyepiece of a binocular or something. So I went ahead and used this iPhone 6. And let's look at the other eyepiece here. So one of the things that people look at when it comes to the quality of the binocular is how much light it lets in, and that can depend on a 35 millimeter, 50 millimeter, you know, on that sense, but also how nice the glass is, and hopefully you're able to see good quality, because although the day is a little bit hazier now than it was earlier this morning, I hope that you can see a good sharp image, because the image that I'm looking at with my eyes compared to the cell phone is much different. And we're looking at Cucamonga Peak, okay, which is just in front of Mount Baldy. If I was to go about a mile or half a mile to the west of me, I would be able to see Mount Baldy. So that's how close I am. You know, I'm pretty close, but maybe 10 minutes from the actual little foothills. And because my street here already is going uphill. Now, one of the things that you need to understand when it comes to fancy binoculars or good glass is that some binoculars, and I have this experience, like I said, I have a bunch of binoculars and optics, the center of the image is completely focused, but then right around the center, you get away from the center and you start to see some warpness or some lack of sharpness, and at the very edges of the binocular you do start to see some warping. With this binocular, it is quite sharp all the way through. I would say 90% of the image, 95% of it is excellent. The very edges, there is a little bit of warping, a little bit of distortion, but it's very tiny, very minimal, and it's an excellent price. I would say if you were to stumble onto these for $30, it would be still a very good deal. Even a little bit more than that would be a really good deal. The only reason I say $30-ish is a sort of minimum is simply because there are so many of these vintage binoculars out there that you don't have to pay $40, $50, $60 for these binoculars if you don't want to. But if you're desperate for something that's a 10x50 and you're looking for something like, I want something like right now, if you stumble onto these binoculars, absolutely worth the time to go and drive and check them out. And I'm going to emphasize, go check them out. Go check them out. I will never say just buy them online, they're great. No. What is the true quality in a condition is going to be quite different than what somebody else thinks of good quality condition. Okay, so not the best. It's not going to be the best situation always. Now, this binocular here is what they call a B-type body, as you can see. Okay, as you can see, it's got the all one-piece body. This is what you would call a Z-type, where you can remove the barrel and you've got the body. Okay, so this is a Z-type, and this is a B-type. Now this one here does not have an accommodation for an L bracket. Some binoculars, like my Bushnell Custom binoculars from the 60s and 70s, they do have a little accommodation for an L bracket. This is the L bracket here that you could buy on eBay for $10, $15. This, of course, is another type of bracket you can make yourselves. But like I said, some of them do and some of them don't. This one does not. So I made this little platform here. You could buy something like this for like $13 on eBay. Very helpful. Or you can go ahead and make yourself something like this. You can buy an L bracket and drill a bigger hole, take this cap off and take off the brass nut that's there, or the brass, yeah, whatever, the brass nut that's there, and you can go to a Home Depot or something like that and buy yourself the proper size screw or the proper size bolt and just bolt it on in there like this. But for those of you who have never put binoculars on a tripod, you are absolutely missing out. Highly, highly recommend it. Unless you're going to be just walking and using your binoculars, walking using binoculars, that of course is different. But if you're going to be stationary, like at a, if you're shooting, or if you're stargazing, or if you're just camping, like we do a lot, or we do all that kind of stuff, having them on binoculars is a game changer. I mean, absolutely a game changer. It'll be so comfortable. I think you really, if you've never done it before, never thought about it, absolutely have to try it, man. It is such a nice way to use binoculars, far more than trying to pick them up and hold them up, especially if your kids, for your kids, they can, you're gonna get tired because these things are heavy. I mean, these are pretty big. 10 by 50s are pretty big, and they're very nice. However, they are very nice general purpose binoculars. Okay, so see, this is a 6.5. I hate to jump around, but 6.5 at 1,000 yards. This is 114 feet. Oh, 114 meters. I don't know what that is. Anyway, 6.5 is pretty narrow. But anyway, sorry about that. Anyway, if you see a Jana binoculars and you're looking for very nice quality binoculars, highly recommend this brand. Highly recommend the 10 by 50s. Independent focusers. Take a tiny bit of getting used to it, but I really like this system. I'm almost liking it more than even having a center roller focuser. Very nice. These do use the eccentric ring system, so if they're uncollimated, you're going to be in for some hair pulling. I was able to fix them. I do need to make a video on that because it is a frustrating kind of a thing to do, but it's definitely doable. But in any case, I hope that if you stumble onto these binoculars, I hope you see my video and I hope you like what I was able to share with you. All right, thanks so much.